ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to another segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation continues from a-sabad-a-day, composition of the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan, in the rag Asa, and the recitation. Ik oankar आसा महला पंजवा. क्या सोवह नाम विसारी गाफल गह लिया. कीती एक दरियाए वंजन वह दिया. बोहितड़ा हर चरण मन चढ़ लंगिया. आठ पहर गुण गाए साधु संगिया. रहाओ भोगह भोग अनेक विन नावे सुंजिया. हर के भगत बिना मर मर रुनिया. कपड़ भोग सुगंध तन मर्दन मालना. बिन सिमरन तन छार सर पर छालना. महाबिखम संसार विरले पिखिया. छूटन हर की शरण लेख नानक लिखिया. महाबिखम संसार विरले पिखिया. छूटन हर की शरण लेख नानक लिखिया. On how to navigate through the river of life, the water of existence, how to live life. That is the message. So to begin with, the Guru says, you're actually asleep. Kya soveh naam visari gafal geh liya. Gafal, one who's oblivious, unmindful, inattentive. Gafal gehliya, careless, heedless. So on account of being heedless and inattentive rather, we have become oblivious of Naam, self-knowledge. We are in fact asleep. Kya soya naam visari. Naam visar gaya, has receded out of your memory, and now you are gafal geh liya. You are heedless. Kiti ek daryaye chootan vehndya. Kiti ek daryaye. Kiti is many. So many. Ik daryaye are on this river. Kiti ik daryaye vanjanam vehendya. Vanjan, go away. Vehendya, washed away. So what the Guru is saying to us is that most of us are living life unawares, sleeping in ignorance. And that ignorance is the ignorance of the self, a lack of familiarity with who we are. So that's the basic problem, that we are in a dreamlike state, half awake, half asleep, half aware, but here the Guru is saying you're totally asleep. So the goal becomes, as Guruji says in another place in Tilang Mela Nama, Jag leho re mana jag, jag leho, kaha gafal soya, why are you heedless? So don't be one of those who are going to get washed away. That's another way of saying don't waste your life. Make something of it. And in order to do that, in the Rahao, the Guru tells us how to. Bohitara har charan man chade langiya. आठ पहर गुण गाए साधु संगिए. Bohitara. Bohitara, Bohit, it means a ship. A ship that carries over the waves of reincarnation. That is the original meaning of Bohit in a spiritual context. Bohitara. So clamber abroad that ship. Which ship? Hari Charan. To get on the ship of Hari Charan. And Hari Charan, as you know, means literally the feet of the self. Again, a metaphor, a symbol for knowledge. In other words, cultivate the knowledge of the self. Manichara Langiye, get the mind to get on board. And that's the way, Langiye, you will go across, meaning you will successfully complete the journey of life with satisfaction, with enlightenment. Aठ पहर गुण गाए साधु संगिए. Sadhu sangiye. Sadhu, people who are already on this path. Sadhu simply means perfected. Those who have self-realized seek their company. And this applies in every dimension. When you want to learn something, you have to find people who are actually in that business. So, Art Pehar Gun Gai. Gun Gai, Gai is to sing, but it also means to understand, to assimilate gun, qualities. Develop your character. Develop your ego, or rather transform it in such a way that it is guided by good wisdom and acquires self-knowledge, Har Charan, to the point where the ego is no longer recognizable. That's another way of saying it's dead. Mar. So the Guru says, look, Pogahe Pog Anek, sensory pleasures, lots of sensory pleasures. But sensory pleasures alone are not going to give you any satisfaction. They leave you with a sense of emptiness. Sunjiya. Har ki bhagt bina marmar runiye. So you're left with nothing but remorse, with regret. So therefore learn to temper. The Guru is not saying to give up sensory pleasures, but to control, to temper them with Har Ki Bhagat, devotion to self-knowledge, so that you understand, you learn wisdom. Wisdom simply means a sense of proportion. So devote yourself to self-knowledge, cultivate that wisdom. Self-knowledge, when I say self-knowledge, I mean the wisdom of the Guru, good wisdom. Be guided by it. Develop yourself with virtue and qualities. And the Guru goes on to emphasize, he says, look, kappad bhog sugandh tan mardan malana. Clothes, again, pleasures, you're enjoying all of this, perfumes. Tan mardan malana, you take care of your body. And that is all very well. But in every verse, he's qualifying that by saying bin simran, bin name. So you want to do all of this, that's fine, but be centered when you live through life, when you enjoy the pleasures of life. Remain centered in self-knowledge, because that gives you wisdom. It gives you a sense of proportion. Bin simran tan char sar par chalana. So be assured, wisdom will tell you that this body that you're taking care of is eventually going to degrade and perish. Accept that and then go about looking after it. If you don't do all of this, then what happens? The world becomes Mahabigam Sansar Virle Pekhya. It becomes difficult. Sansar, this circuit, this cycle, becomes very difficult to negotiate. So be mindful in the midst of pleasures. Don't be heedless. Don't do things reactively. That's the ego. We repeat ourselves over and over again, and that becomes hardened behavior. And that is the bandhan that you have to break, is to be able to act spontaneously in a given situation, not with conditioning. So Maha becomes Sansar Virle Pekhya. Rare are those people who actually see this. And again, freedom comes from self-knowledge. Chutan har ki saran. Chutan. Freedom. Freedom from what? From the limitations of your own ego. Habit. Habitual. You react to sensory stimulus and you can't stop yourself. You have to be that master that knows when and when not to move in a certain direction, and that comes from good wisdom. Lekh Nanak Lekhya. Lekh, script. What is scripted? Overcome your genetic, your sensory scripting, and make your script in accordance with hukam. That is the way to live life. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.